Hello and welcome to TelecomTV. I'm Martin Warwick and I'm talking with Indrajit Chaudhry from Tecnotree. Indra, welcome. Operators these days are having quite a torrid time of it. They're in the middle of an enormous transformation of the network and their organisations. They're being challenged in various ways. We're here at the TM Forum, which has traditionally been a BSS, OSS back office kind of show. Now BSS and OSS are very much front and centre on the stage. Tell us about how you fit into that, where Tecnotree comes from, and what are you doing now as you're moving away from it?
Tecnotree had been traditionally in the BSS area, as you rightly mentioned, and the challenges were on billing and charging and the product catalog, so managing the infrastructure to make a customer to pay. But as you have rightly pointed out, the industry is actually going through a big transition. There are the internet companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon. They're coming from that side and creating constant pressure on the operators. And the consumer experience and the expectations are also changing quite a lot. So when we use Facebook every day, we want a user experience like that from our operators as well, for example. So I think this is where the operators are seeing the challenge that they need to continuously engage with the customers. They need to improve the lifetime value of a customer to make them a loyal customer. And that's where Tecnotree new generation products are targeted to. We have a Tecnotree Agility BSS Express suite of products, which is focusing on self-serve, loyalty, analytics and machine learning, predictive analytics, so that you are able to take actions on seeing the response and behavior of the customers.
When you talk about better customer experience, how do you quantify that? Where do you start from so that you know that an operator is going to improve?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of traditional tools to measure the customer experience. You can have an NPS score for how people are actually interacting with your service, and overall they can also give you the value of the NPS from the different operator portals. But at the same time, there are a lot of other ways to collect the customer input directly by calling them, asking them how do they feel with the services that they have. And I think this is where there is a very big opportunity to basically try to figure out if a customer is unhappy, if he is having a probability to churn. So how do we keep them engaged? How do we push them a loyal offer or loyalty offer which will keep them into the service? So that's how I believe, like on one hand NPS, but then like direct customer service and asking them how they are feeling with the service that the operator are providing. And it ranges from your web services to your in-store experience as well. When someone walks into your store, how you are treating with your customer.
How can Tecnotree help a network operator service provider make a subscriber base more loyal, and how can you help increase average lifetime value, as it's known?
We have like suite of products which can help any operator to take these sort of actions. We have a unified product catalog, which is a product catalog which combines all other product catalogs that you have in your different systems, in your charging system, for example. And then you are able to make new packages and bundles, target it to your set of customers whom you are really willing to give those offers. And this is where I am saying we are talking about the experimentation. So you need to figure out what resonates with your customer and what doesn't. So you can experiment, you can figure out new sort of packages, maybe a data package, maybe allowances for data for some customers, maybe for some customers Netflix service, for example. So there are different ways of combining those that our UPC product actually brings into the picture. Then we have a loyalty and campaign management solution, which actually enables you to figure out the loyal customers, and then you can also specially make targeted offers for them. So you can increase the conversion of those loyalty offers and make them subscribers to your service. We have seen a lot of cases, we have been able to increase from 5 to 15% of the average revenue per customer in our customer cases. So customer, like product catalog, loyalty, then there is the machine learning and the predictive analytics part. And this all comes together when you are able to combine those into a self-serve interface that you are giving to the consumers to directly come and select the services. Additionally, the CSR can see also the behavior of that particular customer. When a call comes to your call center, you are able to immediately understand whether he was having any sort of network problems, whether he has any other billing problems, and you can predictively figure out and proactively approach the customer and say, okay, this is how we can fix your problem.
Your clients Are they tier 1s, tier 2s, tier 3s? What kind of operators are they?
So we are typically working with tier 2 customers, and we are engaged in various parts of the world with the traditional operators, but at the same time we are now seeing a lot of interest from the MVNO community, for example. And we have a very specific product for the MVNOs. We have a BSS Express, which is a BSS in a box sort of a thing, which comes with only 180 days of deployment time. So it's not a big bang transformation that we are telling the customers to do. We are telling, like you have your existing infrastructure, you can launch new services with a BSS Express product that we have. We can also provide a SaaS service for that, and that's where MVNOs are interested.
You're trying to capture business value. As you are doing so, do you see the change of emphasis within the telco itself? For example, you'd always have worked with the technology guys, but a lot of people I've been speaking to in recent months say that yes, they're dealing with them, but they're dealing with CIOs, they're dealing with CTOs, they're dealing with CMOs and marketing people as well. Do you find that's happening with Tecnotree?
Yeah, absolutely. So traditionally, we have been also engaged with the IT department, the CIO, and all people in that organization. But we have also been interacting nowadays with the CMOs or CEOs and try to basically bring the business value into their operations, because it's not only cost. So typically the IT departments are also driven by cost, which is like, which makes them to go towards cloud and the deployment. How can I reduce my cost? But on the other hand, there is one layer on top of the BSS layer where the services are, and that's where the CEO's attention is. How can I make more money out of my customer base? How can I keep my customer base engaged with me on a continuous basis? And that's what, when our pitch actually is going to them, they seem to be very interested. In TM Forum, actually, we have been meeting a lot of customers who are really interested about how do we do social media analysis, how do we connect it to the customer behavior, how do we do loyalty campaigns. So these are things which are interesting for our CEO's perspective, for a chief sales officer's perspective, and that keeps us into getting into new engagements with this sort of people.
And for the company, it's an evolution from BSS and OSS, which are still with us, of course, but you're evolving away from it.
Well, we are not moving away from BSS. We are still primarily a BSS vendor, and we have our existing customer base, we support them, but we see a lot of value that can come on top of BSS as well, because typically if you talk about billing and charging, there are technological solutions that we basically bring in, which enables the IT department to reduce cost, reduce time to create a bill, but at the same time it doesn't create a lot of more business value to the operator. And that's why, apart from the BSS Express sort of products or the BSS products, we are bringing in business value with loyalty, with UPC, with anything which enables you to get more engagement, to basically figure out, if you are not having a customer, let's say you are not a customer, how can I do some campaign to make you a customer for us? So that's where we see a lot of opportunity that the operators are actually looking for and where we can add value.
Excellent. Indra Chaudhary, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Martin. It was nice talking to you.